Hello everyone. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So if you want to see everything that I made for the month of June, go ahead and stick around. So the first thing that I made, I did share this on my channel. This was my Chicago Frocktails dress. This is Simplicity 3099, and I have my rack right here, so I'm gonna pull everything one by one, but I'll also have video of me in all the items as well. So this is the dress that I made for Chicago Frocktails, and I actually have the flower that came with it here too as well. I did share it on the channel, so I really love this dress. I made it out of a fabric that I got from Mood Fabrics in New York. Well, my son went to New York and got it for me, and I love it. It is a woven, but it has some stretch in it, and it was a dream to sew up. I did run into some fit issues. I cut a size 20 and the top was too big, so I did have to take it in. And as I explained in the other video, my darts end up being displaced. So this dress has front darts at the bust and darts down the front. And so because I had a busy print, you really couldn't tell as much, but this dart is here and the other one is higher up on the other side due to me having to take in so much on one side due to it being too big at the top. But I do think I'm gonna still make this pattern again because I do like the fit at the bottom portion of the dress. I love dresses that are either paneled or have like extra darts inside so that you can have a really nice fit. So basically I just need to grade in between two sizes because I was really good at the bottom. It wasn't too tight. It was actually pretty spot on with my hip measurement. So I definitely want to do it again, but it for sure is, I would say, an average make. If you don't have the pattern, I'll definitely say get it. And just so cute to have this little detachable flower that you can put on other things or even accessories. Like I could see this being on like a tote bag. It's just a really nice, you know, extra bonus thing to have inside of a pattern. So I was so glad that I picked that up and wore it to Chicago Frocktails. I got so many compliments and I love that fabric so much. I actually do have a little less than a yard, so I can make something else. I'm thinking about making a cute little summer top, like a little tube top. I'm like really into like tube tops right now, but I can also see in a cute vest. I do have enough. I'll just have to be mindful of my pattern placement because it's like an abstract pattern or print on the fabric. However, I wasn't paying attention to it, but my mom was like, it looks like a bug on your dress. And after I was like looking at the picture, I'm like, you definitely can. Nobody at Frocktails saw it, but it almost looks like an insect on the dress where I had it cut. So yeah, but I'm definitely gonna cut that up this summer because it came together so nicely. It's such a dream to sew with. The next thing that I ended up making for the month of June was a Nomi pattern. I had intended on only making view A, so Nomi 2, what's the number again? I have my notes here. That's Nomi 2114. There is a view A and B. My intent was only to make the top, which is like a vest. It's like a halter vest. But I actually ended up making A and B. So I ended up making the A-line skirt that was in the pattern because I had enough fabric and I was like, you know what? It looks like a really simple sew, so I'll go ahead and make it up. So I did make view A. So for the vest, I did that first. I cut a size 18 and I used an Ankara fabric that I ended up getting from Philly. I think, what was it called? I think it was Jack B Fabrics in Philly when I visited a couple of months ago, and I love it. I love this black and like bone print, and the halter was pretty simple to come together. It is like paneled. I cut a size 18. However, you guys, the back was really big on me, so I actually ended up putting elastic in the back because I had already put the panels all together and I really like how the front fit. It was just the back, so I'm not sure. I was like, I feel like it's all, maybe it's a defect or something, but the back was really big. So once I added the elastic, I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'll just have a little ruffle. And I just basically made the measure. Well, I made the elastic half the size of what the back panel is. and then it just scrunches a little bit. So it does have like a little ruffle at the back, but I don't mind that at all. It is a completely backless vest, and it's completely lined. So I lined it with some black fabric that I just had on hand. It's pretty heavy though, so I'm glad that it's backless so it won't be too hot for the summer season. But you guys, my buttons, I actually ended up doing like a bone colored buttons. The placement wasn't the best, and then I ended up like slicing through one of my buttonholes, and then I ended up having to like fix the buttonhole. Once I tried it on, I was like, okay, it's fine. The way the pattern is where it's all buttoned up all together. But you guys, I ended up like folding it in because I really wasn't loving like how the buttons looked. Like the placement to me was a little bit wonky. To others it probably wouldn't be. So I ended up like making it more revealing, which I don't mind. I don't mind like a cleavage moment. I'm grown, like I'm 44 years old, and my favorite attributes, like physical for myself, are my legs and here. So I actually am going to wear her with it tucked. So what I'm gonna have to do is like pop the two top buttons off, because when I just fold it in, even though it like lays really nicely, you can kind of see like the end of the button. So I'm gonna pop the two buttons off, and I'm gonna wear it like that. It's gonna be a nice sexy vest, and I like it a lot. What I do think I'm going to do, because I do love how the top fits, and I'm going to have this halter look again, and I'm going to hack this pattern, and I'm actually going to just make a back piece for it and make it shirt. That way, like I don't have to do all the panels or anything. So I'm going to use the front pattern pieces for this pattern again, and then I'll just like cut it in the front so that it only have that one button, like the way that I'm going to wear it anyway, and sure the back, and we have a halter. So I'm gonna share that with you guys on the channel, because I have another pattern that I'm gonna hack also. So I'll just do like a showing of how I'm gonna hack these patterns to make them, you know, like cute summer staples. So like I said, I ended up, because I had more of the fabric, making the skirt. So in the last video I was saying how like A-line is really not my look. I'm not really a huge fan of A-line on me, but I had enough fabric and I was like, this pattern looks super easy. It's literally a front and a back and a facing. So here it is. I cut a size 20 for the skirt, and that was the right size to cut. It fits great. It's a mini, it's short, but it's really cute together, as I said, because again, this is such a cute, bold pattern. I really, really love it. But the cool thing is I'll be able to wear this separately. Like I could just wear, like, I could see this even like in the cooler months with tights and boots with a turtleneck. And then for the vest, like I could definitely wear that with like a black skirt or black skinny jeans. So it would be great. So I'm really glad that I actually ended up making this pattern. This is from the Stitch Fix Nomi pattern. Again, that is Nomi 2114. So really nice. So the next thing, you guys, that I ended up making, it was a wardrobe pattern that I had wanted to submit for the Sew Your View for the month of June. I didn't end up submitting it because I only ended up making the pants, and I kind of was like, I don't love these, so I didn't continue. So I will share with you guys. So the pants, the pants, this is Simplicity 9756. The pants are View B. I ended up using a fabric from Joann's that I got like 9 yards of. It's the crinkle knit. And I really like this fabric. However, in these pants, even though it's like a wide leg, like they're kind of transparent, like you can see through. So like I didn't like that. And so initially when I was going to make the shirt, I was like, oh, well, that wouldn't matter because the shirt's going to cover anyway. But once I finished the pants and I was like, I'm not in love with like how they fit, I was like, whatever. I just feel like since they are kind of like see-through like that, I would have to wear like Spanx or something, because you can like really kind of see through the pants. I don't know if you can see through on the camera, but you can see through, like I'm looking at them and I can see the pockets through the fabric. So I would say I'm just probably gonna use the fabric to make something else that's a little bit more gathered and then possibly I would like it. So I actually did end up putting a wider elastic, and on the pattern envelope it shows like channels of multiple, and I was just going to put a thicker waistband and then just make a couple of lines over the elastic to give me that look. But once I knew like I don't really love how these fit, I was like, I'm over it. I'm just gonna complete them and finish them. I did add 3 or 4 inches to the bottom so that they can be really long, because I envision wearing them with heels. And I did actually end up cutting out the little crop top too, but like once I was like, oh, I don't really love these, I scrapped it. I was like, I don't think this fabric is gonna be best for that anyway, so I ended up scrapping that. So like I said, I didn't end up submitting this pattern for Sew Your View for the month of June, but I will show you guys how they look on. I mean, they don't look horrible, but like I would rather like wear another kind of wide leg pant or like buy store-bought pants. I've just really come to the realization, well, not just come to the realization, but I love skirts and dresses. Like I prefer making dresses and skirts. I think they're more flattering on me. I have better luck buying pants at a store. I think I can definitely work on getting things to fit better, but because I'm not in love with making pants or shorts, I don't take the time to like perfect a fit for myself. So I end up just saying, oh, I don't want to make any pants, and I end up moving on to another skirt or a dress or a shirt. So yeah, so the next thing that I ended up making, it was a tie front top. So this is a New Look pattern, New Look 6801, and I did view A, and I love how this turned out. This is another top that is a bit revealing, but as I had said on my stories when I was sharing it, like you could just wear this over something, a tank top or a dress. I plan on wearing it without any of that and just tie it up and have a nice, you know, sexy moment with the top. I do think that when I make it again, I will alter it to make the back come down a little bit longer, because it's a really high back for me, but I love how it fits. What size did I end up cutting? I think I ended up cutting like a large. I think that's how it's going. I'll have the size up that I cut, but it fits really well as far as like going across my back and tying. I just think it's kind of high up on the back for me. There are 2 back darts. Actually, it's 4. There's darts up the top, 2 here, and then you have 2 at the bottom as well. And basically the front is self-lined, so it's double, and then the back is just single. So it is really simple. I have tons of like little silky fabrics that I don't have that much of that I can end up making more of these tops. I could even see just making a few of them to have and put over dresses for work, like regular tank dresses that are sleeveless, and I could just throw this on to have like a nice moment, either solid colors or prints. I have tons of print fabrics. So like I tell you guys all the time, I'm a prints girl, so I can see myself making several of these and just tying them over like little tank dresses for the summertime. So the last thing that I ended up making was the Mimi G dress, and so this dress is actually, where is the number? This is Simplicity 3064, and view B is the maxi, and that's what I ended up doing. I did think I was going to have to add like extra inches at the bottom of this dress, but this dress actually has an extension already, and so the extension actually made it pretty long, and I didn't add a ruffle at the bottom like I thought that I would. And so here it is. I really like the dress. I like the fit of it. It is like a very fitted, like body formed, body contouring, like a bodycon maxi dress, and it does go all the way down for me, not all the way to the ground, but it's long enough for me where it wasn't awkward that I needed to add extra length. So I will say though that these straps, even though I love a good spaghetti strap, they were a little bit tedious putting on. There's a tutorial on the Simplicity page and on Mimi G's page about how to do them. That was my least favorite thing about the dress, but it's all done. It looks nice. There is a shelf bra in here, and I think that's really nice, so you don't have to worry about wearing anything. There is just a front and a back, but the back does have a center back seam, and I think that's really good for like if you need to bring it in and it's more contouring to your body. This fabric is one that I got on clearance when Joann was going out of business, and I have several yards of it, so it came together really nicely. It is a jersey fabric, And I do think that I'm going to hack this pattern as well. So this is the other one that I was talking about. I want to use the shape of the dress, but I want to make it a halter. So I'm thinking about just extending the pattern to where it just comes up, and then I make a channel to where I can put a string through and just tie it in the back, and then just completely cutting the back to where it's like backless, because it's just going to be a halter. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up putting that hack and then the hack with the halter vest in a video to share with you guys how I will change them up for the summertime. But yeah, really love how everything turned out this month. So the only thing that I didn't get to this month, and I'm definitely going to, is the Butterick dress. I'm definitely going to make it. I almost wanted to just like say, oh, I'll just push it off to maybe August, but no, it's cut out already. There's no excuse for me not to do it. So I'm gonna knock that out. I just finished a top, and I do have another dress that I have to sew. So the dress that I'm actually about to knock out before I get to that is a simplicity dress. I'm doing the Keep It Simplicity Sis challenge over on Instagram with Rochelle, and so that one's gonna snap together really quickly. It's literally a front and a back. So once I do that, I'm gonna knock out the Butterick dress, and I'll definitely share with you guys here on the channel. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, if you are not subscribed and you love sewing content, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. Also, click the notification bell so you be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.